Yeah, I'm telling you, folks, you cannot make up this beaver shite. It's really like that. I can't believe I share the same DNA as you, the norm, the 99.99999% of you. And if you think you're the exception, you are not. If you're brave enough to be certain and confident enough to think you're the exception, let's have a public debate. So I just came from the hospital, and it's insane, man. It's insane. It's like the Prince Rupert Hospital. It's like an insane asylum that's been taken over by the patients who are now running it. When I go 2 days ago, okay, and I want to find out at the emergency because the main reception administration person doesn't know, or she says, oh, no, you'll never get a driver medical done there. But I'm looking at them, right, in the emergency area, and there's the glass, right, and there's where the people sit, and then there's the open door, and you can see 4 people shooting the breeze. I mean, they might be talking about medical stuff, but they know my presence is there. They don't seem as advanced as a baby, because with the peekaboo, you know, the baby can't see you. But if you do a peekaboo with transparent glass, they know you're there. These folks working in the back of the emergency, they can see me, at least 4 of them, that are just hanging out. You can't acknowledge my existence. It has to be 2 or 3 people show up behind me, then they'll acknowledge and come in. And I don't think it's an emergency meeting, let me tell you that. Somebody else I gave priority, I didn't stay. Then I go to the lab, and the lab, same thing. People, you know, like leaning against the counter, and you're there a long time. And finally, if they feel like interacting with somebody other than their familiars, they'll talk to you. And the lab place there, they have horrible paying attention listening skills. And as much as you could fix, you know, the microphone thing a whole bunch of times and confirm there's nothing wrong with it, is they're going to say, yeah, it's having difficulties when the difficulties is there for them. And one Filipina girl that works there, I tell you, I can't believe, you know, she would be in her job. You know, when people don't look like they want to have the job, but they have the job, and I see so many people from India or the Philippines with multiple jobs in this community, and it's not because they excel in the quality. It's not. Some are better than others, but I gotta say it's not because somehow they excel, right? And let's say at the people skills they require when they interact with people. And I don't know, it's just they're reliable, I guess, to show up for work because they want to do mostly working in their life, right? Generating income. And I don't know if they kind of made mistakes and they're in debt. I don't know what it is that makes them have less of a life. So that means when they go to work, like at this lab, is their life is their familiars, their peers. And it's almost like you can tell they don't want to be there in their work. They just want to hang out with people. But the thing is that devolves us, right? So anyways, I leave with the sample for feces, and I'm like, I don't remember the doctor at the virtual clinic, Diane, the guy's called, requested that. But anyways, when I look at the requisition, they say I should return with it. It's from the doctor I fired, and it's from April. So when I come back today with the sample that I put in the fridge a little bit, and I corrected them, I said it was today's date, not yesterday. And I'm like, who asked for this? Okay, and the conversation, I tell you, I could record it and play it for you, and you still would be in your denial about your pathologies. And you would, let's say, be on the side of the norm, right, and their pathologies and what they're like. Because when the lady came outside, when they kind of pushed me to the waiting room because already my critical thinking, questioning skills could demonstrate, wait, is it like this or like this? Now you're saying this, now you're saying this. Like, okay, I'm just trying to find this out. Like, was I doing the other day on the 16th the blood test from the virtual clinic, Dr. Diane? And when the lady came back, said, yes, you did the ones that match. I don't think they were exactly the same. So I'm not sure she's given me a full answer because it would have taken more time for her to review both things. But when I'm there, it's like, they didn't say this was Dr. Diane. They said it was Garris. And then I asked her, I said, isn't it weird that I'm coming in June that late? Oh, patients do that sometimes. Okay, no, I'm a bit more competent than that as the main manager of my medical team that you don't want me on. So no, and then they confirm, yes, it's Dr. Diane, it's the same. He didn't ask for the poop, so we're not going to process. I said, well, you should process it. And I gave them permission a bunch of times. Yes, it's a trigger for me to see Dr. Garris on there that I fired on the requisition. But send it in anyways. I said, what if for the first time it's positive, for blood that comes from higher up in the stool or something, right? And why not process it? Because, they get paid to be incompetent. I don't get paid for my additional trips there and these vlogs and things for their incompetence. So process it. And so I have to convince her to not give it back to me and then contact Dr. Garris and say, do you give us permission to process this? And if they say no, then it could be that I miss out on a potential issue when I did my part. It wasn't needed, but I did it, so do it. You get paid for it. It's not a hard test. And also, I said, tell them to call me in case you don't want to say that I gave you permission to process it and to send it to Dr. Garris, because it can't hurt anything. Plus, I'm trying to explain to her that Dr. Garris, and she said today at the hospital, we took her off now, if you said you fired her. Oh, I said, well, you respect my manager of my medical team authority, and but she's going to call anyways and find out. And if they say don't process it, it's bad for me. And if they say yes, then it kind of matches that she wrote in her notes that she offered to still be my doctor but never told me this in the letter. Because somehow it's like the lab people are looking at me, oh, it's this guy again. Oh, man, he's like, hoo-hoo. And the thing is they have all these problems, and they can't answer questions, and their answers change so many times about which blood tests I was doing. Oh, now you see the requisition from Dr. Diane, because you couldn't see it before when I was asking you when I first showed up today. And it's like, I can't get a straight answer, and then their answers keep changing, which means a reality shift. Okay, and for them, this reality shift doesn't require an explanation or an apology. It works. All these different realities, they're certain I'm the insane one, but their cognitive dissonance is not something to be acknowledged. And cognitive dissonance is believing different realities at the same time. And with me questioning you, and you judging me as if I'm the one with issues and pathologies, is we do eventually get to the accurate reality. So because when you kind of push somebody away and you don't participate in something that you keep interrupting them in, and still I'm good enough to get you to the reality of things and answer things. Now, of course, there's a serious lack of life skills training, interpersonal skills, right? How to relate to others. But again, I've offered training for free to the RCMP here, to a whole bunch of different organizations, and they're not going to take advantage of it. They have the job. The paycheck comes in. They get to interact with each other, and we're the tribe that they hate, their patients or their customers, or, it's pretty insane. This is a cultural pattern that isn't just here. It's measurable. And this is the species I share DNA with. And don't take these vlogs away from me, because they're the only therapy I get in interacting with you and suffering from species alienation, because you won't admit you suffer from HSD, making it very hard for you to access the higher functions of your brain, and therefore impossible to self-correct, because you need mentors and training to know how to culture repair and self-correct, right? This is the species I share DNA with, and these are all the flaws, and I keep giving them to you, and you keep ignoring them, but thinking there's something wrong with the guy that's different from the norm. He doesn't accept all this dysfunctional beaver shite. And yes, please don't give me any medical practitioners in Northern Health. Put it in Interior Health or something, because I'm still stuck in BC. My pension, where you don't allow me to work because I'm more qualified than you, is not transferable to another province or country. So I'm a hostage of your nonsense. And as a way to kind of get justice and therapy, I will keep doing these vlogs. And what I've decided now is I will say or not say that any interaction with any type of Northern Health representative will be recorded. There's no more chances. You can't give chances to your oppressors. And if they say, no, I don't accept that, then I'm sorry, don't be in your job. Because in your job, I would accept to be recorded, because I would get myself to the level of obvious competence.